I don't, sometimes I don't be understanding why people would like call us racist, like as an insult or something. That doesn't insult me. Matter of fact, you just hyped me up. I wanted to make a video, but I don't feel like going to my bathroom, so hey. Because I was just looking at this Bobby girl on YouTube, and I saw that she got another interview or whatever. And that just made me think about why I am racist. Okay. I am racist in terms of when it comes to white people, I could care less. I act like they do not exist, okay? And especially somebody like Bobby girl, I'm not rooting for you. Now, I ain't saying I'm praying for your downfall, but me personally, I'm not supporting you. Like, no. So, that's how I'm racist. Like, I'm just really pro-black. But the things that I say and the things that I do, people say I'm racist. And I say, you know what? If somebody got to be racist, I'll be it. That ain't no problem. That ain't no insult to me. That don't make me feel bad. And by me being racist, it don't even affect nobody. So, like, it's not affecting these white people. So, but I just want to talk about why. Because if you're on my channel and you watch my videos and stuff, I be popping my shit. But the reason why I'm like this is because I'm a nerd. I read a lot of books, and I love learning new information. But even before that, I am black, okay? My grandmother is black. She is from Georgia. Her parents were slaves. Parents were probably slaves, okay? And growing up, I remember we used to always hang out with her. And one of the things that and also growing up, I come from a small town that was all black and Jamaicans. Didn't really have too many Hispanics. I was like one of the only Hispanics, and mind you, I'm half. But I was just like one of the only Hispanics. But then, of course, there would be other people that came, and they would be Puerto Ricans too. But I was basically around a lot of black kids and black families. And so, yeah. I used to go with my grandma. She used to tell us stories all the time. And even her father used to tell us stories about how he used to pick cotton, how they only used to get paid a couple of cents, how they, back then they didn't really have refrigerators, bathtubs, like, And so my grandmother also marched with Martin Luther King Jr., and she used to tell us all the time, like, when she was marching and stuff, people used to call her nigger. People they really did have them dogs and shit on them. And then, I'm like, okay, my grandma's telling me this as a young girl. And I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. Like, I feel like all my life I've kind of been like an activist, or like in my activist era. Just because I be feeling like, the fuck is wrong with you? How dare you treat somebody different because of what they look like? Are we serious right now? But anyways, my grandma, she used to tell us all that stuff. And then she used to tell us about how she went to jail with Martin Luther King. And they was all packed up in a cell. So by hearing my grandma tell me this, and then in school they teach it, and they also show us in the movies, I'm just like, okay, so obviously this shit was true if my grandmother and my great-grandfather is telling us this and is telling us all of their stories. The fact that they even had to move out of Georgia because other black people, I believe, were bothering them because they marched with Martin Luther King. Why are you bothering my grandmother for? She trying to march for your ass. But yeah, so even hearing that growing up, it was just kind of like, oh my gosh. But at the same time, I was not around white people, so it wasn't like I could really use my full potential, my full powers. Then I moved to Maryland, and I went to a school, we all know, full with hella kids, and it was very diverse. Not only white and black, but Indians, Asians, other Hispanics. Like, it was very diverse. And I remember going to the school, seeing these white people, and like seeing them in the flesh in front of my eyes every day. It was just like, ugh, my gosh. Like, I really just saw how the white kids either were getting their culture and their swag from the other black kids, or I saw how the white kids and parents, like, really didn't care about what we were going through. And I'm not saying that you should, but it's one thing to act like stuff is not happening. It's one thing to act like cops are not killing black people. Like, it's one thing to genuinely act like that as a white person. So, because, you know, even as a white person, you could still sit here and say, y'all are racist. And the systems in place are racist. Like, I don't understand why that'd be so hard for some white people to say. Like, come on now. It's 2024. Let's get on with the jig. Like, what are we doing? And so, yeah. Once I moved and I just saw that. And I just saw either how much the black kids wanted to kind of be like the white kids or vice versa. Either way it goes, I don't judge. But, you know, seeing it, I was just like, oh my gosh. Like, I really just learned more about white people. And then I just started thinking to myself, like, oh my gosh, they don't even teach us our history. Like, I'm in history class learning about fucking, like, what's that movie called? Like, Saving Private Ryan. What the hell that got to do with me? So, and then on top of that, I used to be in the classes, and the white kids, you know, they'll be like, what'd you do for the summer? I'm sitting here, I'm like, shit, I just watched Netflix all summer. I went to see my grandmother. And they will be like, oh, you know, I rode horses. I'm like, y'all riding horses? Like, I was so culture shocked by these white people, because I'm like, you know, like, I don't even know how I can explain it, but to me and my ancestors, it was just like something is very kind of not wrong, but definitely different. And so, yeah, as I got older, I was like, okay, obviously nobody taught me about my history. And of course, my grandmother has stories, but I wanted to go deeper. So I started reading books. I started watching movies. And let me just say this. A lot of time, when I started reading more and learning more, that's when things started coming out. And I would say things around, like, my family and stuff. And be like, oh, you know, fuck white people. Or, you know, that's them white people. Like, I always say stuff. But let me tell you something. When I say something, it's factual. So, and, you know, even my grandmother would tell me, like, don't say that. Or she would be like, no, don't say it about white people. Like, don't be mean to them, da, da, da. And then at first, my mom was like, you know, don't say that, da, 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 da. Let me tell you something. The things that I have read and the things that I have learned about our true history, I have no apology for how I act and for what I say when it comes to white people. I have no apologies for being racist. You can call me that. I'm glad to be that. Because white people, through time and history, like, I can't even put it into words. But y'all definitely deserve somebody to be racist towards y'all. Are you kidding me? Do you know what you did to my ancestors? Do you truly know what my ancestors have went through? And do you truly know how much that still affects me to this day? Like, I get angry. I get mad about it. But I just try to be better, because I know my ancestors want me to. I know my ancestors want me to keep breaking curses and stuff. So that's just what I do. Like, I'm like, this is just my business for right now. But I will be racist. And I do not care about what I say about white people and stuff like that. Because, y'all, these white people are evil. And you took my ancestors from a place that they were happily at. Nobody asked for y'all to come over here and shit. You took my ancestors from this place. You took them from this place. And then, you know, it wasn't even like, oh, you're going to come work for me and you're going to have luxury and all that stuff. No, it was like, you're going to come work for me and it's going to be the most terrible thing that you've ever did in your entire life. And you're going to wish you wasn't here. My ancestors are at the bottoms of lakes. My ancestors are at the bottom of the ocean. My ancestors are probably underneath slave houses. Houses that white people... Hold on. Houses that some white people are in that has been passed down from slavery. And you have no idea how many bodies is on your fucking house when it comes to me and my ancestors. So it's like, you know, when especially since moving down south, when I go outside and I see things, I see houses that look like plantations. I see, you know, trees and stuff. And I can literally feel the energy of, like, people were probably hung on that tree. When I can feel that, what do you expect for me to do? You still expect for me to come out here and treat you like you're my best friend, or treat you like you deserve to be treated with respect when you don't? I'm not the one. And that's okay. And I had no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's white people out there that understand where I'm coming from. So that's why I just really don't care. I feel like black people in the black community, I feel like sometimes we are like so forgiving that it's like we don't have to do that anymore. Like, we're not in fear of our lives anymore. We don't have to forgive if we don't want to. We don't have to treat them with respect if we don't want to. We don't have to put on a front and try to fit into their box. Like, we don't have to do that. And I'm not going to do that. And so, yeah, I don't know. I just want the reason to share that because of this Bobby thing. Because, girl, I'm rooting for you to... And I'm looking at her page, and it's like all the white people only have K views. But then the black people got millions and millions, girl. Please stop using black people for your platforms. Please stop using black people and using us for views and trying to be funny with us and shit. Girl, ain't shit funny with your ass. Ain't shit funny. I promise you that. You're a white girl, and you are where you are because you're white. Sorry, not sorry. Another thing is, too, white people, you have no culture. So, hey, all you could do is steal from other cultures. How dare you steal from a culture that you hate, though? How dare you steal from a culture that you steal from a culture... You steal from a culture, but if I was to ask you, hey, let's make you black for a day. Let's make you black forever. You know, what would you do if you woke up and you were black? Y'all don't want to do that shit. Y'all would be terrified as hell. Y'all be terrified, and they always saying how like they're scared of us and we're violent and stuff. It's just the fact of the lies and lies and lies. That's what makes me racist. You say that we're violent, but we're not violent. Number one, this is a product of you trying to tame people. The same way how when you try to tame them killer whales at SeaWorld, they killed and ate y'all asses up. They learned that from y'all. They learned that from when you went into their space, into their ocean, kidnapped them. Probably starved them, had this in this little ass tank. They learned that from y'all. And then y'all turn around and say, oh my gosh, like, killer whales, they're dangerous. Oh my gosh, like, black people, they're dangerous. They're violent. Y'all are scared that if we did the same thing that you did to us, you're scared of that because you know that we have a reason to make it 10 times worse. And we also have a reason to do it. And, you know, violence is y'all love language. So, you know, y'all be scared of getting, like, your own medicine. So, that's why I be saying, like, stop. Like, at what point in time do y'all stop? So, yeah. But as much as I am racist, I don't, like, push that onto other people. Like, if you my friend, you don't have to be racist. But when I'm popping my shit about white people, leave me alone. You know, which my friends do. Thankfully, thank y'all for that, letting me be me. You know, when I have kids and stuff, I'm not gonna expect for them to be like me or nothing like that at all. I came to this full conclusion based on the things that I have read and based on the things that I have seen, and just based on my own opinion. You guys don't deserve my respect. You guys don't deserve for my light to be shown on you, to be yeah, is that what it's called? Like, you know, you don't deserve for me to be in your life. I am an amazing human being, and so y'all really don't deserve things, black people and everything like that. And it's just that white people, it's like you have culture, it's just this up here. Like, y'all culture is so fucked up in the head. That's your culture. You're fucked up in the head. That's literally your culture. Because, you know, it's like you love black people when we could do something for you, you know. But as soon as somebody say Black Lives Matter, or as soon as somebody gets to speaking facts, y'all want to sit here and cry and cut this person off and burn their jerseys. Y'all are fucked up in the head. So, yeah. At the same time, though, like I said, I do wish black people would be stand up a little bit more and like I said, not be as forgiving. And no, fuck them white people, for real. Honestly, for real, like, not even trying to be funny. Fuck them white people. Fuck y'all. And then, you know, white people love to be like, oh, but that was 400 years ago. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. 400 years ago does not mean shit when that shit is still running through my veins. Okay? The things my grandmother went through when she was marching lives in her. Which was passed down to my father, which was passed down to me. But guess what? I am the generation that has come back in all fury and wrath and rage. No, but for real. I feel like I am the person in my family who, like, had to say something about it. Shit, because ain't nobody else was. It's like everybody just knew it but didn't say nothing. But me, I'm going to say it. Fuck them white people. Fuck white people. I don't give a damn shit or a fuck. Fuck y'all. I hope y'all get the same exact medicine that y'all gave to us. And I don't even want to see y'all go through that. I'm just saying I want to see y'all go through that in a whole nother universe or something. Because I don't want to see that shit now. Because I literally could not care, like I said. But yeah. And that's all I have to say. I just feel like there's just, like, I don't know, so many, I don't know, white people, you ruin everything. Then you just take. You can't even give nothing back. Like, damn, at least take and get, like, you know? Lord have mercy. But yeah. Excuse me. Love you guys, and I hope that you guys are continuing to enjoy your day, weeks, months, and fuck them white people. And also too, like, I just will never forgive white people for what they did to our community in terms of like black men. Okay, first of all, the black family dynamic is broken up because of y'all. I mean, at first, you know, now it's up to us to bring shit back and change it, of course. But, you know, at first, y'all really was breaking up our families. Y'all was sexualizing us. And y'all have made, like, stripped us of our power, you know, stripped us of the power of the Black Panther. Like, I will never forgive y'all for that. Because you have so many people that I see, or not even so much that they have, but, you know, there's just so many black men and black women who do not understand their power, who do not know, like, the things that they can do, who are so blinded to how things are set up, and who are so blinded to life, really, and everything. But y'all started that. We came here. Everything that we did, even the Native Americans, y'all, they called it, you know, savage, like, or they called us that, you know, even like twerking is an exercise to release emotions, to release trauma, and then, of course, to have fun. Y'all took that shit, sexualized it. Y'all took our curves and everything, made it seem like we shouldn't have it. Y'all took our hair, made it seem like shit was ugly. Like, y'all really made us seem like we were the most, like, ugliest thing on the planet, and that we really should not be here, and that we're worth nothing. But it takes one to know one. In order to say somebody is worth nothing, you have to be worth nothing. In order to say that somebody's ugly, you have to be ugly. So yeah. And I don't think people really understand like how deep slavery goes. Like that, even though it happened so long ago, like that shit is still deep and rooted. Like there, a lot of us will never know where we're from. We just know we're African American. But a lot of us will never really truly know which tribes we are from, countries and regions in Africa that we are from. We have been cut off from all of that. And then our ancestors came here even from there, but they ended up getting so depressed and they ended up getting so, I guess, acclimated to how the white people treated them and what they said, that they basically was just forgot or let go of everything. It was just like, damn, fuck, you know? And what else were they supposed to do? And I know that the people that did that are not alive, but the systems are still in place, and the systems are still in place to benefit white people. Point blank factual, like it is what it is. Especially down south, like it's still kind of the same. They're just not kidnapping us and lynching us, but they are very much still having generational wealth, generational houses from slavery, like all these churches around. Every single mile you go, there's a whole nother church. Like, y'all literally took everything from us, especially things like spirituality, hoodoo. Y'all took that and made us feel like, no, you need to follow this religion, this God. Like, y'all literally just took everything that we know and everything that we did, and you demonized it when you're the demon. Takes a demon to know a demon, so yeah. You know, also too, and it's crazy because the things that y'all have done, like, will never be forgotten. I know y'all want it to be, but you know, somebody like me, I'm teaching my kids, very much so. So like, I really wish people really did understand how deep shit is. Like, there's just things that I don't want any generation to forget about. And these are things that I want every generation to get better at or from. But yeah, I will never apologize. I will never feel bad. It is what it is. I know me. I know my heritage, my lineage. I know how beautiful it is. I know how powerful it is. I know how we are gods. We are gods. And you know, of course people are gonna be jealous of God. I mean, come on now. Of course people are jealous of the swag and the flavor. Come on now. But I am grateful because, you know, I didn't really go through phases or nothing of wanting to be white at all, which I'm very, very grateful for, because I know a lot of Black people, especially Black women, have, where I'm saying, like, where we end up hating our hair, or we end up hating our curves, and we end up thinking we're too dark, or, you know, I'm very grateful that I did not go through that. And also, if you have, I hope you are better now. Like, I sincerely hope that you know that you are beautiful. I hope that you know there's nothing that you need to change about yourself. So yeah. And if you do know that, I'm proud of you for going from there to back to yourself, for real. Like, I'm proud of you, you know. But yeah, I'm grateful I never went through that. Like, I never really wanted straight hair and this and that. Like, no. And I've always just seen beauty in Black people. And so I'm very grateful for my grandma for that too, because I feel like she taught us a lot. So I'm grateful for that. It's just crazy, like, when you really think about it, or even being a kid and just seeing things like, you know, even being a kid, I'm like, what the fuck is white people's problem? Like, there was just no reason why they had to do all of that. And then I look at, like, my grandmother, my grandfather, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, y'all are just people, and they treated you like that. Our ancestors was just people, and you literally invaded homes. And like I said, you do this all the time. You do this with the animals, and then when the animals turn up on your ass, you want to put the animal down and shoot the animal. Bitch, you was the fucking animal. Like, you know, you take an animal away from the whole deep blue sea. You take an animal away from the whole forest and expect for them not to turn up on your ass. Like, y'all really don't appreciate or value nothing in this world except for yourself, except for money, and except for sex. So, yeah. And like, even our generation, we're definitely coming out of it, but even our generations, we kind of, hold on, y'all, but we kind of still have a long way to go, because like, not only are we breaking generational curses and getting back to ourselves, but like I always say, now we got to teach our kids and really be different for our kids, for real. So it's like, that's really all that I'm worried about, is us doing the work and us continuing to do the work for our kids and the future generations. But you white people, I could care less about. And I'm very, very excited. You know, I hope that the earth and the sun keeps heating up and coming to get y'all asses, because, you know, you're living on an earth with a sun that benefits, and we benefit from like the melanin. You don't even have that in you. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Y'all ain't fooling nobody. Y'all is not fooling nobody. Y'all better be safe. Y'all better be putting on y'all sunscreen. Because let me tell you something. They coming for y'all asses. They really, really are. They really, really are. And then on top of that, like, y'all just be coming up with outlandish ass shit like COVID. Same thing with COVID and diseases like Ebola. Like, y'all always try to say, oh, it came from Africa, it came from China. No, it didn't. It came from right here in that lab that you fucking made that shit in. Or the lab that you made it in China. Just so you can make it seem like it really did start over there. No. You white people have brought diseases. Then you bring the disease. We try to cure it. You got a problem with that. Y'all severely are mentally fucked up. For real. Like, y'all. Like, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know what goes on in your brain, in y'all's brains. I really don't. And yeah, this is why I say, like, if you're a black man, black woman, we gotta marry with each other. Like, I understand everybody be having the bad dates and the bad relationships, and I get it. But get over yourself, okay? Get over yourself. Can't no white person understand what the fuck we really go through. Can't no white person understand what the fuck your kid is really going through, or what your kid really thinks, or what your kid is really learning, and what your kid needs to be taught, okay? Can't no white person understand that. Can't no white person really do that the way that we can. All white people can do is support and stand back and shut the fuck up. So yeah, I will always be pro-black. I love my community. I love my people. It is what it is. Hey, I ain't affecting your life. Leave me alone. Toodles. Also, too, like, white people love to do this thing where they fuck shit up and then expect for us to clean up and fix the mess. Honey, no. You better go up in there, get some gloves and bleach and clean that shit up yourself. And two, like, I was just thinking about how, what was I thinking about? I don't know. But y'all don't be thinking straight, for real. It's kind of crazy to think about, or like to see. Because it's like, y'all make a mess, and then, especially black women, we come out here, gotta fix shit up, or make something new, or, you know, do better, or something like that. And it's like, oh, I was thinking about how, you know, it's like back then you called us all these names and you know, whatever. Say we, like I said, demonize us, whatever. But then you had to take care of your kids. Like, and then it got to the point where we were literally breastfeeding your kids. Do you know how barbaric that is? Like, do you truly know? You raped women. You raped the women, sexualized the men, whatever, whatever. But then wanted your kid to breastfeed or be babysat by these same people. Like, and I don't know, maybe y'all just wasn't thinking back then. Y'all just really needed somebody to take care of your kids because y'all don't want to take care of your kids because y'all kids be bad as hell. Anyways, but you know, it's one of those things where, you know, and the thing is, like, you know how we be trying to call people lazy? It's like, no, white people really are lazy. They're really lazy. I feel like there's a difference between working smarter and being lazy. Okay? A bitch like me, I ain't lazy. I just work smarter. Not harder. Versus white people, y'all are lazy. Y'all lazy. Y'all lazy. And then you steal everything from us. Like, damn near everything was really invented by a black person. Country music, blues, rock, black people. Then, of course, hip-hop, rap, black people. But yeah, y'all just steal everything. You try to get in our lanes and fit in, girl. And then because of your skin color, of course you're going to get in. Because, of course, white people are going to support you before they support us. And then at the end of the day, all white people really care about is not being black. Like, that's all they know is they're not black. They're good. But, honey, you ain't good. Because Mother Earth... Mother Earth never forgets.